Illum ninsab ġewwa l-Akwarjum Nazzjonali fejn ħaniltaqgħu ma' Daniel, il-kuratur ta' dan l-akwarjum fejn miegħu ħanitkellmu fuq il-proċeduri li jsiru ġurnata b'ġurnata bħalma ngħidu aħna wara l-kwinti. Daniel, thank you for welcoming me over here today to go a bit behind the scenes at the National Aquarium.
No problem. Thank you very much for coming.
I just heard the fish jumping. So, on a daily basis, over here today we're behind the scenes, so we're going to see and we're going through the procedures day by day, feeding the fish, the caring of the aquarium itself, the tanks, etc.
Yes, that's right. Before the public come in, we do a lot of cleaning so that when people come in, they can see the displays as good as possible. And then we start preparing the food, and then we start administering the food. We do a little bit of diving, we do record keeping, and we do a lot of things behind the scenes that are not really seen by the public, which we'll be talking about very, very soon.
When you're saying preparing the food, how early will you start working? And when you're saying preparing the food, we have different kind of fish. Is it the same fish is it the same food for all kind of fish, or you have to prepare for different?
No, each fish has its own requirements. Some fish are vegetarian, some fish are actually carnivorous. So we have to prepare each fish its own diet. And there's also fish that feed from the bottom of the tank, fish that will feed from the top. So we have to target feed the fish and the different species that we have to feed. So we make sure that everyone gets its own share.
And how many times you feed them a day?
Depends again on the species. Some fish get fed once every 2 days, and then some species get fed up to 3-4 times a day.
It must be a really big thing, because for us, if you tell me how to feed a fish, and like here we're seeing all the fish in the same tank, to really get to know which one has to eat once every 2 days, twice a day, and where to put the food for it. It's quite a bit of a...
Yes, actually feeding is one of the most important parts of our job, because feeding not only keeps our fish healthy, but also keeps a good water quality, which we have to monitor very closely in order to have clear water, nice looking exhibits, and also healthy fish.
In fact, the tank is as clear as crystal. And you were mentioning as well that you prepare the food in the morning, the cleaning, the diving, the checklist, whatever.
Yes, we have a checklist, of course. I go every morning, take about 40 minutes to go through all the displays, taking my notes. Then we have a short meeting with the team around 10 o'clock. And then we start telling them everything that we need to do for the rest of the day.
When you're saying, you mentioned that, because I'm a bit curious, when you mentioned we do diving as well on a daily basis, what does that consist of? To check cleaning things?
Yes, mainly the diving consists of scrubbing the rock work. We have to also siphon the tanks, which means like vacuuming the bottom of the tanks to make sure that we take all the excess food out of the tank, also the fish waste. And sometimes we have to clean the windows, of course, from the inside out, so that we not only have to keep the windows clean from the outside, but also from the inside of the tanks.
True, because from the outside, the children and even adults do fingerprints all over, because they're trying to touch and take pictures of the fish. And from the inside of it, the fish as well can dirty the glass.
Yes, not mainly for the fish, but actually the algae can grow on the glass itself. But also the kids are the most important thing. When they come in with dirty hands, especially after eating a nice ice cream, then we have to be careful about that.
Daniel, as a curator over here, you have quite a lot of things to do, so you must be really passionate about it to do this job.
Yes, I've been all my life I wanted to do what I'm doing at the moment, and this is something I've been doing for 15 years now. In different places, not just in Malta, but in the UK, in Spain, and in the US as well. So it's something I like very much, and I've been doing for a very long time as well.
Have you fed the fish this morning already?
They are on it. The aquarists are already going through and feeding all the fish.
Daniel, thank you so much once again for inviting me over here and for giving us all this information of the role of the curator of the National Aquarium. Thank you so much.
Thank you, Marika. Thank you very much.